Hey, everybody. Welcome to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, the show about anything and everything because it's our show. I'm here with Jay.
Hi, guys.
And Juan.
What audio are you going to play? I'm just curious. Just play it.
Hello.
Okay. Move on.
Hello, it's me, your period. And I'm Sean, and this is our theme music. Okay.
Fuck you, Joe.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, the show about anything and everything.
Reviews.
That's the wrong show, bro. That's the
Yeah,
wrong.
you fucking idiot.
We did do a lot of reviews on the front half of this season, but what's wrong with you, man? We're not even 30 seconds into the show and you're already interrupting. This is why we get angry letters. This is exactly why we get angry letters.
No, I get angry letters. You guys get a fucking love letter.
That's
Fuck
true.
you, Joe.
That's very true. But this is season 7, episode 5. Season 7, episode 5. As always, guys, please remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We have a YouTube too, and all of our handles on there are INCYCSHOW. You can email us at that handle too at INCYCSHOW@gmail.com. And then remember, wherever you listen, but if you're listening on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, please make sure to take time and review and rate us because it helps us find more people like you. And with that said, let's go ahead and get into this week's episode. Juan, Jay, we're past the holidays now. We did
No, we're starting the holiday season. Fucking tamale season's about to go full fledged, man.
The holiday season started in October.
With Halloween.
Yeah. Halloween,
okay.
Thanksgiving, and then Christmas is coming up.
Well, shit, man. I guess I'm just out of the holiday loop. I feel like the holidays don't start until Thanksgiving. That's when I mean, not that I don't.
No, the real people start celebrating in October. Or should I say...
Okay.
What do you mean, the real people?
The real people?
Yes.
And what do you mean by the real people?
People that are not part of a matrix simulation.
What you mean by that shit?
Come in my house. Well, anyway, I mean, I think that means that we're in soccer season. Is that or in the World Cup season? Is that
I
what
think
that means?
well, here's the thing, and I know I mentioned we should talk about this, but I haven't followed soccer since I was a kid. I think the World Cup happens every 4 years, kind of like the Olympics, man.
Juan, I've never ever followed the World Cup. Never.
Yeah, in your defense, you've never followed any fucking sport ever.
Also true.
Ever. Unless they fit your scene.
Neither have you.
Fuck you. I did follow soccer for a good time.
When was this?
Was the soccer a stripper's name for a good time? Is that what you're getting at?
Was that your mom's stage name?
It could have been. I don't know, man. I was born in the back.
The
back of the strip club, bro.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
He was born, and then they called her on stage.
Yeah, I have no idea what they said. She just left me.
Coming to the main stage is soccer.
Yeah, I don't know if that was her name or not because I was a child. They wouldn't let me out front.
Did she drag you from the umbilical cord? Is that why you are the way you are?
Why? What? Wait, meaning what?
Hey, he got some head trauma.
What else has head trauma on? But
Your mom.
the thing is, so first of all, I'll say that, and I'll say this because Juan always wants credit, but he wrote these show notes.
I did not.
Okay, fine, you did not. But so we're talking about the World Cup, and they're on the show notes that Juan wrote, and he doesn't follow sports, or he used to follow soccer for a good time, but the sport soccer,
for a good time, follow soccer.
Yeah, the sport, not the stripper. The thing is that he wants to make a big fucking deal over the fact that they were being streamed on Peacock.
So the only reason I brought it up is because somebody on this fucking show made a big deal that we had like a historic fucking Emmys and nobody saw it. So I'm curious to see how much viewership is down from the World Cup because it's streaming on Peacock.
Well, Juan, typically when you make these kind of accusations, you have, I don't know what they call them now, but I think we used to call them information.
Well, here's the other
facts.
thing. The other thing that I have is I didn't realize the World Cup was going on until people started telling me, hey, I'm sorry for your loss. And I'm like, who the fuck died? It's like, oh yeah, Mexico lost against Argentina. And I also started seeing like memes about Qatar, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I started Googling, and I'm like, oh, the World Cup is going on. Oh, it started on the 20th. Why the fuck haven't I seen it on TV? Oh, it's streaming on Peacock. And then the other thing is this like another punch to like really cut the cord completely?
Cut what cord?
Cable.
My umbilical cord.
I don't understand. What are you talking about?
Like before with like the World Cup, it was shown practically on every channel or every sporting channel. And this time around, all I know is it's on Peacock and probably Fox Sports, but it's not streaming live anywhere else that I know of. And probably like the Spanish TVs. Now, is this really another move to move everything to a streaming service and really bury fucking cable and broadcast television?
I mean, cable. Honestly, I don't think cable's going away.
Yeah.
It's the thing about the World Cup is the people that are into it they're into it and they'll watch it. It's just none of us here are into the World Cup.
Yeah, you know, if I'm being honest with you, Juan, this would be a bigger deal if it was a Super Bowl. If you're saying that the Super Bowl was only going to be,
do you watch the Super Bowl?
Only for the commercials and the halftime show. Everything else, I give two shits about.
Aside from the last halftime show, what other halftime show have you seen?
Janet Jackson and
Justin Timberlake. How many years ago was that?
It doesn't matter.
The nip slip, the infamous nip slip.
But that's the thing. He's not a football fan, but he would watch the Super Bowl,
the entire Super Bowl, or just do what every other fucking normal person does and YouTube the compilation of 2022 Super Bowl ads. Here's what I'm saying is that you said you didn't know that the World Cup was happening. I did not.
Because none of us follow soccer. We just don't.
Well, I knew it was going on because all these people were telling me, "Oh, who's your team?" And I was like, I don't know. And then they just tell me Japan. They would just tell me countries. Like,
yeah. And I will tell you that no one in any of the circles that I was, no one was like, "Hey man, the World Cup." So I will tell you whether it was streaming on Peacock for me. Doesn't matter. Do I think that streaming media is trying to take a jab at cable? Yeah, by trying to get like all these huge sporting events. Yeah,
and it's not just sporting events, but Disney Plus aired the fucking Elton John concert.
Yeah, I think they also did Hamilton, didn't they?
No, but Elton John is the final American tour concert, and that was a big thing that they had the rights to air.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, to your point, Juan. Yeah, I think this is a stab at broadcast media, but it's not a very big one. And I think if they were to play the Super Bowl, like whatever the next Super Bowl number is, and say it's only streaming on Amazon Sports or it's only streaming on Peacock, then I think we would have a huge problem because the Super Bowl does huge numbers, right? Like that's why the commercials are there. That's why people line up their stuff. They pay millions of dollars to have their spots there. And I'm not saying that the World Cup doesn't get that kind of attention, but it doesn't get my attention. And I would consider myself average Joe, nobody.
I mean, internationally, the World Cup is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they care about the commercials though. They don't care about our new Doritos.
No,
for Americans, it's a Super Bowl.
Yeah. So, with that said, did they have any good commercials for the World Cup?
The only commercial I saw was the Peyton Manning and Dave Beckham commercial. And it was...
No, the World Cup, I think, happened November 20th, right?
No, it started on November 20th. It's still going on.
Oh, well, see, this is another thing. I'm ignorant, bro. I don't know anything about
this.
It's
not just one day event. It's a world competition. It's not a fucking melee or battle royale all in one day.
They do the Street Fighter style, bro. 3 rounds. Best 2 out of 3.
What are you still watching on cable that you're afraid that they're going to take away?
Oh, I don't care. In fact, I cut the
his stripper channel where they just play soccer.
I cut the cord with cable, but cable suckered me back in going, hey, you don't have to pay for our basic cable service. We can give you the app and it's significantly cheaper and you still get all these channels. So guess what? I have cable through the app.
Well, good for you, dude.
Well, congratulations. Now,
that's how I get my HBO, motherfucker.
Now, was the World Cup going on through Thanksgiving? Or you said it's still going on. So that means it was going on through Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And that would also mean that it was going on through Black Friday.
Yeah.
So did you guys do any Black Friday shopping?
Yeah.
Hell no.
You know, here's the thing. Before the pandemic, I had done Black Friday shopping with my wife once, and I hated it. I hated having to go in line, and it was here in Lancaster. I hated to go in line to walk through Walmart in a line. It wasn't like it was a line to get in the store, but it was a line to get in the line, to walk in a line through the store and pick up items as you're walking past, zigzagging through aisles. I hated it. This year, my whole thing was I am not going to do Black Friday shopping. And at some point, my wife goes, hey, let's go to the stores and look at the Black Friday deals. And the first thing that pops in my head goes, I don't want to do the fucking line. And then I go, you know what? I waited in line during COVID to go into the store just to do regular shopping. And that was at least an hour and a half long. I can do Black Friday shopping. Went, and the lines weren't that bad. But the people inside the store were still nasty motherfuckers.
Did they drive 400 miles to kill your family?
No, they did not. But I wasn't catfishing anybody.
Yeah. Did you guys? Juan made the show notes, and so on Black Friday, did you guys happen to read the article that Juan put in here about this officer from Virginia driving 400 miles to meet this girl who he saw an online account with on Black Friday, and ended up murdering 3 people in her family and then kidnapping 2 teenage girls. Did you read this, Jay?
No. Why'd he do that?
Yeah, so
catfish.
No, he did it because of catfishing. So first of all, this guy drives a Kia Soul.
Yeah.
So,
you know who else drives I used to drive a Kia? Jake, motherfucker.
Jeez, got to give his license registration.
He doesn't drive a Kia anymore.
But dude, he drove 400 miles to go and meet this girl. He's a 28-year-old officer from
Wait, the dude got catfished or he was catfishing the girl?
He got catfished. So he drove his 28-year-old officer from North Chesterfield, Virginia. He drove all the way to Riverside, California. And waited outside this girl's block. Now, they don't know because she was catfishing him, so they don't know how he got her address and stuff. They think that he used his connections through the police to find her, to get her. Well, because, hey, this is all alleged information, bro, from the LA Times, okay? So they think,
I mean, he's kind of a psycho, but an incredible detective.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if he could only have used those powers to actually catch criminals and not commit crimes.
Well, shit, I said 400 miles. He drove 200 miles. I guess he had to drive home. Or do you think they drove him home afterwards or just put him in prison in LA?
He had his parents drive him to the girl's house.
But, he drove over several hours to go and basically see this girl. She's 15 years old and she has a sister who was also staying in the house. But this guy killed her mom, her dad, and her 38-year-old sister. And then burned down their house and then put them in the car and drove away. He then led the police on a chase instead of just pulling over. He led them on the chase where he shot at a SWAT car. This motherfucker shot at a SWAT car, right? And then he ditches the car. It leaves the 2 girls there, and now he's in custody now.
A couple of things. This guy ain't right, man. Like, you would think that not only was he PD, but he was former military, right?
Don't know.
I think one of the articles I read, he was former military. Don't you think he would have known from experience, don't run away from the police because they'll always catch you?
Yeah, but he got catfished.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he got catfished. I mean, he felt
someone lied to him.
So do you think he and in all seriousness, do you think he did this because he was angry because he got catfish, or because he discovered that he was having a relationship with a 15-year-old girl and the repercussions were going to be like, oh shit, my life is ruined. Now they think I'm this pedophile. I'd rather have them think I'm a murderer and an arsonist.
I think you're asking the same question, just two different ways.
Yeah.
I think, yes. I think he was very upset that he got catfished. I mean, he showed up and he realized that the person he was trying to get a hold of was not who he thought. And I think he just snapped. I think, because who knows what was going on in the guy's life ahead of that. I think if you think about, just the mental state of people in America, just in general, and how fragile, that is. And then you think about, I don't think it's very far off course for something like this to happen. But what I find to be the most bizarre part of it is that this motherfucker drove from Virginia. He was just like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go surprise her. I'm going to show up at her doorstep.
Because he had to know that she was 15 already. Because from, I think, this article, witnesses state that they saw the guy kind of like pacing back and forth by his car and in front of or several houses down from that house, like trying to get the courage. Now, do you think it's because he knew this was a 15-year-old and he knew what he wanted to do? Or in his mind, I need to muster up the courage to meet the love of my life and go knock on her door?
I think he showed up a couple days early. He tried to make sure that he got the right person and say, hey, well, I'm talking to you. Thought he saw someone talking on the phone, realized it was this 15-year-old girl, and said, oh, fuck, I've been catfished. And then it was over. That was it.
And he could have just went home.
He could, yeah. But I again, you never know what's going on in this guy's life. I mean, he's a 28-year-old police officer. Maybe this is the only way he thought he could meet women. And so he was just like, this is it for me. If this is what's going to happen to me, fuck it. Who knows? And he just fucking snapped, dude, which is really sad for this community and this family because the kids are fine. The two teenage kids that he kidnapped, they're fine. They're not injured. They're not dead. He killed their families. They got no one to go back. They're orphans now. They could become Batman after this.
That's fucked up, man. I mean,
it is horrible. I mean, it's absolutely horrible.
In all seriousness, 3 people lost their life because of this catfish situation. So in the article, it doesn't mention which girl was the catfisher or the catfish. So in that...
Yeah, 3 people lost their life because of some social... And they don't know which social media app. They don't know how they did it, but 3 people lost their lives because of social media.
So now that girl has to live with that burden.
Yeah, and I mean, this is not just catfishing, but also, mental health in America. So, good. If you feel like you need to talk to someone and one of us, hey, call us and we'll talk to you. Or call Juan. He'll talk to you.
But I mean, how easy is it to just come up with a profile and, just...
It's been happening.
It's people into...
It's been happening since before this.
Yeah, but...
That's how you got shows like Catch a Predator, man.
Yeah, but I mean, there's... It's been going on for a long time, but there's nothing to prevent it from hhappening.
If you use Twitter, you got to get verified, and then you got to get a verified check. So
yeah, but if you're creating a dating profile, you just put a picture and say.
Yeah, you have to take out. Yeah, I think I don't know if Tinder has like a no cap. I mean, I'm sure they have it in their bylaws or some shit like that when you sign up. But it seems like it'd be very easy for me to just pretend to be. In fact, it is. It's very easy. You just go on any platform, put a name up there, and call it a day. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know girls with fake dating profiles that have them just for the attention.
Jesus Christ,
it's sad, but yeah, because they get hit up by a lot of dudes and they get complimented and. It just makes them feel good.
Now, but is it based on their pictures or based on pictures they stole online? So they're feeling good that they're getting all these fucking compliments, but in the meantime, they're looking at a 20-year-old picture of Pam Anderson.
Well,
I mean, if you can't tell that like Pamela Anderson is actually like,
yeah, I mean, but I think the other part just strokes the ego, right? Or you get a chance to kind of work in some anonymity. So you are working, I don't know. Your name is LaShonda on this app, and you're able to kind of talk and be whoever you want to be on there. So kind of, maybe there's some freedom in there. Maybe there's
that's how LaFonda met Kit Dynamite.
Yeah, yeah, there it is. I'm wondering why that name came to my mind. Oh man,
Cheers, Napoleon. I'm talking to babes on the.
Yeah, dude. Maybe that guy was Kid Dynamite.
His Kid Dynamite.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, but yeah. So. Juan, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, for all the things happening on Black Friday, all these crazy deals, you waiting in line at Walmart to go walk through a line to get some toys.
It is nothing in comparison to what these people went through.
Yeah, very, very true. Some other crazy shit you found on the internet, Juan, is Trump having lunch with Kanye or Ye. Sorry, I learned that he had his name officially changed to Ye.
Yeah. So is he the artist formerly known as Kanye West now, or what?
No.
Yay.
Yeah, just Ye.
No, because okay.
I mean, Prince. His name was the artist.
He was the artist formerly known.
It was the symbol. It was the symbol.
Yeah, but he did that because of fucking record producers and owning his music and saying "fuck you."
No. Jay's right though. He became just the artist, and he was the symbol, and the news outlets, in order to make to differentiate him from, they said, the artist formerly known as Prince. So it just became the colloquialism of
the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yeah,
I'm gonna refer to Ye as Ye, the artist formerly known as Kanye West.
I'm gonna still call him Kanye,
but okay, you keep going. Yeah, I miss the old Kanye. But yeah, so it's all right. So Juan, you're gonna have to walk me through this a little bit. So Trump is having lunch with Kanye West.
First off, I didn't even realize he was having lunch with Kanye West, and this happened about a week ago. The only reason I found out about it is because Mitt Romney, who was never a big Trump fan, was condemning Trump for having lunch with Kanye and this guy named Nicholas or Nick Fuentes, who I had to Google and because I live under a fucking rock, who is a white supremacist.
Now, let me ask you a question, Juan, and maybe you know this and maybe you don't. Why was Kanye even having lunch with former President Trump to begin with?
I don't know. If you believe the fucking Cheeto, he was trying to help Kanye because he is a troubled man. Now, isn't the pot calling the kettle black there, man? I mean, out of all...
Wait, what was that expression? What was the expression?
The pot calling the kettle black?
The pot calling the kettle black. I've never heard that expression.
What is the actual expression then?
I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to. That's how obscure and fucked up you just made this whole expression.
Hey, diddle diddle, the pot and the kettle, the cow jumped over the moon. So you think that he went to go visit him at Mar-a-Lago?
Hey, yeah. So here it is. The pot calling the kettle black, used to convey the criticisms of a person is aiming at someone else, equally well applied to themselves.
Okay.
I farted once on the set of Blue Lagoon.
You're making it seem like you've never heard that fucking saying before.
I've never heard.
Like I was beginning to think I fucked up the saying.
Because you usually do.
Have you ever had a dream that you...
Okay, well, moving on. Juan, do you know why he was there having... Because he said he was troubled, and that was a pot calling the kettle black. Congratulations, Juan, you didn't fuck one up this time.
Do you think deep down inside fucking Trump wants him as his running mate?
Now, it's funny you say that because after you sent these show notes, I went to look and see why, A, who the hell Nick Fuentes is, and then B, why will they even be meeting? And so to answer your question, Juan, Kanye went there to ask Donald Trump to be his running mate, to be his vice president when he runs in 2024.
Wait, Kanye's trying to run again.
Yeah, he's trying to run again.
Because that went well.
Yeah, he went there to ask Donald Trump to be his running mate in 2024 when he decided to run. And then Trump went off on him for a variety of reasons, but one of them being because he felt like he's a very ill man and that he needs help. Now,
again, the pot calling the kettle black, man.
I don't think anyone's ever questioned Donald Trump's mental health. I think we just know.
Really? Were they not trying to enact God? Well,
Yes, because he made irrational choices, but no one ever thought that he was bipolar or like, on you know what I mean? Like Kanye West has come out and said he's on medication to keep himself.
Was on medications.
Is whatever. But my point is that it is very known that Kanye has issues that he was on medication for, right? And this is where I think Donald Trump is kind of coming from. Now, the second piece of this is that, like you said, this Nick Fuentes guy, I've never heard of him. I don't know who this guy is.
No, I've never heard about him, but apparently he's a podcaster and very big with the white supremacists. And I think he's one of those people that states or believes that the Holocaust never happened, which is, I guess, why he was hanging out with Kanye.
Well, I mean, for whatever reason, he was hanging out with Kanye and he came to Mar-a-Lago. And Trump is claiming, hey, I didn't invite that guy. I don't even know who he is. But that's neither here nor there. I think, the media around this guy is that he's a racist, right? That he's a racist, that he's a white supremacist racist. And I've seen many videos of him being very openly racist. And I think like when you think about like that kind of person, you think, well, if he's openly racist, then what the fuck is he doing with Kanye West? Right. So then like it creates or
a last name Fuentes.
Well, I mean, why would that matter? I mean, it doesn't matter what your last name is. You can still be racist unless you're trying to say certain last names can't be racist.
You know, it's funny in this whole situation, Donald Trump is like the normal one.
Yeah. So two people showed up to his house and was just like, "Hey, we're eating dinner with you tonight," and he was like, "What are you supposed to do?"
It seemed because Donald Trump's like, "Whoa, Kanye, let's not get crazy."
Yeah. So all in, I think Donald Trump is he might be the innocent one in here, but I just mean like this Nicholas Fuentes guy, like. He's openly racist, but he's hanging out with Kanye West. So let me ask you a question, Juan. Do you think that what they say about him is true? Or does Kanye just ignore that stuff just for the flagrant flagrant nature of the news that will come from it?
So here's the thing. Kanye can ignore it, but what about this Nick Fuentes guys? How does he ignore it? And the fact that he's hanging out with Kanye, and I don't know how his fucking circles work, but doesn't he lose some credibility? Or do you think he gained credibility back by having lunch with the former president that incited the Proud Boys?
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that at the end of the day, Kanye is going to run for president in 2024. So
allegedly.
I mean, what stopped him last time? You can just write yourself in on the ballot. I'm gonna write myself into the ballot next time. And then, do you think my name will get on TV?
No.
Thanks, Jay.
You need a lot of people to write.
Like 6 people, 7 people? How many people before my name gets on TV?
Sean, you also don't have any money.
Yeah, but that's also true. You guys keep dashing my dreams of being the president here. Why can Kanye, who used to be a billionaire, is now a millionaire again, do it, but I can't do it?
Now he can wear the gold chains outside of his shirt.
Where'd you learn that joke from?
Dave Chappelle. It was Dave Chappelle, right?
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
This guy. But so Juan, you said that Mitt Romney had called Trump a gargoyle. Is that how all this started? So
called him a gargoyle, but not because he's an ugly fuck, but because he's like a gargoyle looming over the Republican Party.
Oh, that's not too bad.
so
And he also mentioned the fact that he doesn't want him representing the party. He doesn't want him for president. In fact, he tried twice to get him removed from office.
Just twice, huh?
Well, I can understand his feelings and the statements made towards Trump then.
Yeah. When you present these, when you present the articles and you say Mitt Romney calls Trump a gargoyle, it makes it sound like he was on stage going, look at that gargoyle over there. That but no, it was just like
no. If he would have done that, he would have been as maybe sought out as Trump, because isn't that one of Trump's things that people get lured by? That the fact that he says whatever the fuck he wants and calls people. I mean, he referred to was it Elizabeth Warren as Pocahontas?
But here's the thing about Trump that we failed to mention. He doesn't give a fuck what other people say about him. Like
that's so true.
No, somehow he twists it and turns it back in a positive thing about him.
Well, I think I think that says a lot about the way America feels about the guy. I mean, the thing is, despite what everyone says about him, there's still a large swath of people who follow him, who still believe in the stuff he said, who are waiting for him to make his comeback. Who feels like he was robbed in the last election, who feel like he embodies them in a way that no president ever has. And that's the part that I think is the scariest when you think about, like, he hasn't been the president for 3 years now, 2 years, and people are still like going, don't worry, he'll be back. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry, guys, he got robbed this time, but next time he'll get him.
That's because he's still in the news. I mean, he's being prosecuted.
Well, yeah,
he's under investigation.
Yeah, but it doesn't slow. It's not slowing his approval rating or his popularity. There's still people out there supporting him.
Yeah, if anything, it's helping him stay afloat in the news media, so that these people and their hero here he is. He's a martyr, right? He's like, oh, he took some papers. Who cares? Like, what information they have? Oh, you proved that he was colluding with Russia. Or he did all this stuff, but it doesn't matter, because, like, again, at the end of the day, the in their minds, the ends didn't outweigh the means. The ends outweighed the means. So it didn't really matter what he did to get there, because he's still their hero. He got them all the stuff that they wanted, or he feels like that he embodies them. So I think Trump is a good example of what it means to have representation. Like when people say, I think we talked about, The Little Mermaid, right? Like Ariel now being African American. Oh, well, now little redhead girls aren't going to have anyone to look up to. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, you know what I mean? I think Trump is that version of that, right? He's representation for a very, very a loud part of America. So, with that said, Juan, do you think that Mitt Romney calling him a gargoyle, do you think that hurts his chances at running in the election? Because I feel like he may be running soon too.
I think it hurts Mitt Romney, because it just makes
Mitt Romney already ran and lost, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't make him look. It makes Trump look like the bigger person, because he was the one that was called the gargoyle. It's like, any way you spin it, it's just Trump being the victim in that situation.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true. So Juan, do you think that at the end of all this, that any press from now moving forward only increases Trump's chances of getting reelected?
In the eyes of his people, yeah.
In the eyes of his people.
Because even if it's like the worst fucking press, they'll twist it and be like, oh, it's just mainstream media trying to keep our leader down.
I mean, they think that anyway.
Yeah, it's also true.
But the thing that'll scare a lot of people is the people he might turn because of the way the media is spinning things.
I think Mitt Romney also shows that maybe some of his own political party are going to be more vocal against him, because I don't think he's the only one that dislikes Trump, man. And in fact, I know he's not the only one that dislikes Trump.
So do you think that would Kanye West also being, having as many followers as he does and kind of commanding as much attention as he does, you think that he is only adding gasoline to the fire that is Donald Trump?
What do you mean?
Meaning that like any support, any mention of Kanye West, Donald Trump in any way,
Meaning if they were to run together, yeah, they would be a pretty strong force to reckon with. But I don't think Kanye's ego would allow him to be a VP to Trump, and I don't think Trump's ego would allow him to be a VP to Kanye. Now, with that said, if both fucking idiots run at the same time,
are you not listening to me?
I didn't understand your question then.
No, I said earlier that Kanye went to have lunch with him to ask him to be his vice president.
And he said no, but it doesn't mean that the matter is closed. I feel like at some point, these ideas can be revisited by both men. I think that if they don't get these, if Trump doesn't get the full support from his Republican Party, maybe he'll go, hey, Kanye does have a lot of followers. I did turn him down to be his VP, but what about if he's my VP? Or even if they don't do that, if they run both at the same time, they're just going to screw up the fucking election.
Well, this is why I don't follow politics, because it hurts my brain. It hurts my brain. The last thing I want
a lot more than just your brain.
But what does that even mean? What does that even mean?
What does that mean? Can you can you explain?
I generally think the next coming election is going to be some scary times. Probably as scary or scarier than what we saw last time.
How scary?
I don't know.
On a scale of like Nightmare on Elm Street to like Scary Movie.
Yeah, is it like Michael Myers scary?
Let's put it this way, and my fear can be unjustified, but I generally feared civil war the way it was being portrayed by media and from what I saw. So, like Jay said earlier, he has a lot of followers that still say that he's going to come back, and just wait and see. Let's say he does run for 2024. What happens if he loses? Do you think people are going to be like, hey, our leader lost fair and square? Or do you think you're going to see rioting?
Rioting. Oh, I honestly don't know, Juan. I honestly don't know. But I do know, Juan, it's that time of the show. It is that time of the show. Already. I can't believe it. I mean, I can.
Well, folks, thanks for listening to us.
It's not the ending. It's not. You're not done yet. You're not done yet. We still got the gauntlet to do. But before that, we have Peter back. Hey, Peter, how are you?
Good. Another week of no more nonsense.
Yeah,
so we're good.
Fucking right. Yeah, man. Well, thank you for joining us again. So anyway, Juan, Peter's back. He's gonna give you that piz all over your jizz.
And now it's time for It Does Not Compute with Juan Intelligence and Peter Intelligence. Piz and Jizz.
Oh fuck, man! I can't do another 4 years of him. And now he's back. And he's back on Twitter. So,
but he hasn't posted because he heard that you were reading his posts, so he didn't want to offend you. So he hasn't posted since they reinstated his Twitter.
Okay, and hasn't his kids already like stepped forward and said that they're not going to support him? Like, or did I like mishear that?
Well, what Ivanka said is that she's going to stay away from politics, just kind of not be in the spotlight, kind of leave it up to her dad. There's just so much issues already where the media wants to keep throwing backlash at them. So just to stay out of spotlight and not call it nepotism anymore, just step away.
Well, what would you call it? It was nepotism. He had fucking his entire family in the White House, whether they were qualified or not.
Family business.
Okay.
I think that might be the definition of nepotism, but
no, that is the definition.
That's why they want to stay away from it.
Well,
they don't want to be. They don't want it to be like that anymore.
Juan, you kind of. I mean, if I'm being honest, you sound as if you're kind of like preparing yourself mentally for the fact that Trump will be reelected, like no matter what. So do you agree that with Peter that he kind of has the energy to get it done?
No, he's not going to get shit done. I mean, the fact is, he's going to. I think he is going to run for president, and it's going to fuck up the elections. It's just it's going to be a scary time ahead of us.
Well, but Juan, I'm asking, like, so you do think that he has the energy to get it done. So what is the first thing you think he's going to do if he becomes president?
Okay, the fact is, you're saying that he has the energy to get it done. Do you mean like he's going to come in and kick ass and take names, or he's going to get it done by he's going to run for presidency and take it?
No, Juan, by getting it done. No, like Peter said, it sounds like it sounds like if they can count votes in Arizona, which means that a good port, because Arizona is not all of America. It is one state, which means that Peter feels, and Peter, please tell me to shut up if I'm wrong, that most of the country is going to vote that way, with the exception of Arizona, who apparently can't count. So what I'm saying is, Juan, it sounds like you are kind of preparing your mind mentally to accept your fate of former President Trump becoming President Trump again. So what I'm asking you is, if he is elected, what is the first thing you think he's going to do? I can tell you what I think it is, Juan.
Go ahead.
He's going to.
I know what it is. I know exactly.
He's going to come.
If he's reelected, the first thing he's going to do is piss off Juan.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah. He's gonna go to your house. He's gonna go to your inflatables on your lawn, and he's gonna fuck one of them and then take it away.
That's what I would do if I was running for president.
So Juan, do you? Well, I guess my question is, Juan, do you? And if you don't want to answer it, that's fine. But do you not believe that current President Biden has the political juice to go another 4 more years?
Yeah.
I don't think he has a lifespan to go for more years.
Old
Uncle Joe ain't gonna make it, huh?
Our best bet is Uncle Joe passes before the term is over.
You know.
Kamala Harris
we should elect,
gets the role and then gets the vote to run for president for the next.
We should elect Uncle Joe from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because.
That's Grandpa Joe.
Fucking pendejo.
Yeah, Grandpa Joe.
Uncle Joe, Grandpa Joe. Well, I mean, isn't the same thing at this point? Except I think this Grandpa Joe would get out of the bed and he would try and steal your chocolate factory tour. So
I don't think he would.
Why would people vote for him? Like what did he get done last time?
I mean, people can make the argument about Joe Biden, you know?
You can make that argument with any fucking president, I guess.
Yeah, but then, I mean, what's the difference between... yeah.
That is true.
A lot more in my paycheck.
That is true.
Yeah, I think to Peter's point is that, the last thing is I got more money. I mean, no matter how I felt.
Yeah, but you also got less money at the end of the year when you did your taxes, right?
Well, if anybody knows how to do math in this room, you're actually giving the government... Yeah, anybody. You're practically giving the government a interest-free loan. I mean, I'd rather have less of a return at the end of the year than claim more on my check. Because if let's say they tax you $500 a paycheck and there's 26 paychecks, that doesn't add up to the $1,000 or the $200 that you get back at the end of the year. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'd rather get that all up front.
All right, and Juan, I have a question for you. So on the ballot, right? Shows up. You got former President Trump, you got Grandpa Joe Biden, and Kanye West. Who you voting for, man?
That's between me and my political.
It's funny how you brought up Grandpa Joe and Sleepy Joe at the same time. It took them years to try to do something, right? So Grandpa Joe took 20 years to get out of bed, and Sleepy Joe took 40-something years to be the president and still do nothing. So, I guess it's just a Joe thing, right?
I guess if your name is Joe, then you're just lazy until someone gets a golden ticket. Is that what we're saying?
Somewhere around there.
So Peter, So Peter, so let me ask you.
So you would vote for him just for the financial return?
Well, that's one part. I mean, there at the same time, right now, what's going on is that there's an assault weapon ban that's trying to get passed through Congress and get passed through the Senate, and then obviously go to Sleepy Joe to sign. And they're trying to get that done before the end of the year. The wording in the actual bill is horrifying because they don't even know what a semi-automatic is. And that's what they put to ban all semi-automatics. That's even standard handguns. And it's like assault weapon. Okay, fine. So you're just pretty much blanketing everything by putting very vague words.
Isn't that the beautiful thing about the law?
I mean, but hold on. Is that one of those things that would come down to like the states? And I don't know enough about politics to maybe even comment, but is that a thing that where like the president will go, yeah, let's do that. And then the states kind of have their own jurisdiction to interpret it as they will?
No, they're trying to make it like the 1994 federal assault weapons ban, where you couldn't buy a center fire rifle again. And they're pretty much saying, oh, we're not going to take anybody's guns. And I totally believe that. But the thing is, I don't want to feel like a criminal where it's like I have to prove that I bought this before a certain time and have all the paperwork and register. And it's just too much. It's just overreaching.
All right. So
I mean, that
go ahead,
there's the money, there's the guns, the border wall.
I mean,
Did he finish that fucking shit last presidency? He had 4 years. He ran out of the fucking campaign of keeping the bad hombres out, yet he didn't finish the wall, or did he even like do much with the wall?
The wall is a ridiculous proposition.
Yeah, but Juan, what Peter is saying,
that was his main thing on border control.
Juan, what Peter is saying,
big walls. That's how they did it in the medieval times.
Juan, what Peter is saying is that first,
better show.
What Peter is saying is first you get the money, and then you get the power, and then get the bitches. Wait, is that
the women?
The women, yeah.
Women's.
So is that Trump's next thing? He's gonna get everyone money. He's gonna get everybody guns, and he's gonna get everyone women. Is that what's going on?
America doesn't need no stinking badges.
I mean, Jesus Christ. So I mean, Juan.
Okay, so he's still currently under investigation, right?
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah. No, he is.
So
they're still trying to find things, quote unquote.
He fucking took paperwork from the White House. Isn't that like enough?
Did you see the papers, Juan?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like usually they post a bunch of those papers and then they put a bunch of like, it's instead of whiteout, it's like a blackout line.
Redacted
that, like,
documents.
It doesn't even tell you anything. So I'm just supposed to be like, oh, yep, definitely. That's got to be, important documents that he was never supposed to take.
Yeah, it was probably a memo to, take one coffee cup
from the desk of Donald J. Trump, and then it's all just blacked out.
I don't know, man.
Well, okay. All right. So Peter, Juan, let me ask. So Peter, if you had to give it a percentage, right? What do you think the runaway vote is for Trump versus any other candidate that runs?
Okay, so to be extremely realistic, if he was to run against Sleepy Joe again, I would say 50.5%. Like I would just a little bit over the border.
Okay. So
right?
you think it'll be that close?
Yeah, I think it would be close because of all the other states that flipped in 2020. Like I want to say Wisconsin, but I'm just getting my geography wrong. Pennsylvania, Georgia was a huge one. And then Arizona was the one that's like, wow, like even Fox News was the first one to call it, like Arizona was done. So there was that. And then now if it isn't Sleepy Joe, and here's the scariest part, if it's Gavin Newsom to actually run, I would think that Trump wouldn't win.
Really?
Wait, he wouldn't automatically run being.
What are you saying?
What do you mean?
Because you said if it wasn't Sleepy Joe and it was Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, if in the primaries, if Gavin Newsom actually announces candidacy or something of that sort, like let's say late, and the Democrats actually pick him, and then Trump is also the front runner, so they go head on in the general election, I would say Gavin Newsom might have a huge chance. And like not to sound funny or anything, it's just like there's people out there that like say, I'm going to vote for him because he's handsome. And I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Well,
okay.
that's what happened with Ronald Reagan, right? I mean, he was an actor.
That's very true.
Yeah. He was like,
And Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. It's like, oh, well, he's famous. Let's make him a governor of California. Yeah.
So Juan, if you had to guess, if you had to put some money on it right now, like what would you favor Trump's chances of winning are?
Sadly, I think he would win just by a small percentage.
So I have a question for you, Juan.
Yeah.
What extremely scares you about Donald Trump? Like a lot of people compare him to Hitler. I haven't seen that where he wants to encamp, like, okay, let's say Latinos, because obviously it's not a Jew situation, right? Because, you know, he said they're criminals or whatever, because that's how people think he's racist. I mean, is that one of the big reasons, or are there other reasons why it scares you that he'd be president again? You know, and it's a real question.
I don't trust him because I don't think he's telling the truth about everything. And one can argue about that with every single politician as well. And that's true. But the fact is, he is the first politician in my, and I hate to call him a politician, but he is the first politician in my lifetime that isn't a politician by performance standards. He doesn't act like one. He doesn't talk like one. He has no filter, and that's scary. It was scary to think that there was a small or marginal possibility that we could have gone to World War III because this dumb fuck went on Twitter and started calling a dictator with nuclear power
Rocket Man,
and saying my missiles are bigger
and
then
harder.
and lo and behold, they end up becoming friends. But at some point, it did look scary. It's scary that this person, by saying certain words, whether he meant it, and I still don't believe he didn't mean it the way he said that he meant it, but he incited a riot. And we're
talking about January 6th now?
Yeah, okay. January 6th. I mean, he incited a riot, and whether he meant to cause it, I don't believe that he didn't mean to cause it. I think he deep down inside, it's like a child that colored the wall of his parents' house and goes, I didn't know that the marker was going to stain the wall forever. But deep down inside, the child knew that it was going to stain the wall. I don't know. I just don't trust the stuff he says. And I don't trust the fact that he doesn't have a filter when he should have a filter in certain things. It's scary.
I mean, would you rather be charmed and just be like, wow, that guy has been a politician for X amount of years? I trust him more.
Well,
I mean,
like, Obama, I liked him. He was charming. He did in my opinion, he did a lot. But he was also very, very charming and very
charismatic, well-spoken.
Well spoken.
Here's why people like Trump. People like Trump because he's an accurate representation of America itself. America is loud. Yeah. We say what's on our minds. Yeah. And we don't back down from a fight. And that's what Donald Trump does. And that's why people like him.
Yeah. Donald Trump is an 80s. He's the guy in the 80s movie who uppercutted the punk ass, right? He was just like, fuck that guy. Uppercut. And that he's in the punch bowl.
He's the personification of that handshake between Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Apollo Creed. Yeah.
It's like that machismo.
Yeah, and to Juan,
you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. Yeah, and Juan, to your point, I think the people who follow him, and they can be a little extreme. And I think that can be very scary, especially like when you think about just in the first day of the election, the people with the tiki torch. Remember that? Remember those guys? That was I think that was like 6 hours after, right? I don't even know. So I think that may be what you're referring to, just the level of devotion he kind of invokes because people feel he's a fair representation. I think that might be what you're referring to, Juan. Peter, as someone who, and it sounds like you are, it sounds like you're for, man, whatever happens, if it's Trump, yeah, it sounds like you're for that. So let me ask you, is there something that you fear that you fear will happen about like there being either misrepresentation or people trying to slander him on things that, that haven't even happened yet, right? So he gets elected, they're like, he's going to eat other people's boogers. What a disgusting guy.
No, he'll just eat Big Macs.
Well, the thing that bothers me the most is everybody has their own opinion. I could have a strong, not opinion, their attitude, their personality. It could be extremely strong, right? And I could understand why they wouldn't like him. But people don't even know him personally and they already hate him. I'm going to give you a good example. I myself, if I ever met Joe Biden, I'm not going to tell him I hate you and, burn in hell or, all the X, Y, and Z of negativity. I would actually want to take a picture with the guy. Why? He's a president that I would, respect whether I voted for him or not, because that's how we should be as Americans, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's a dictator where, he's putting us in camps or killing us or anything. Just like Donald Trump, he's not doing the same thing, but everybody paints him like that. So let's say, we are friends. Let's say we had never heard of Donald Trump ever in our life, but I keep telling you Donald Trump's the worst person. He's this, he's that. You would take my word for it and just automatically hate the guy. And that's also not necessarily fair. And then when you do chop up all the videos that the media does feed, it doesn't really paint the right picture because you're not really watching the whole entire rally. I actually sometimes watch the whole rally where from beginning to end, 2 hours, he's just going on and on and on. And then they'll just pick and choose random phrases or words that will paint him hugely like a dick or jerk.
Well, I mean, I think, for whatever happens, we got another year. How many years you have?
We have two more years.
Whatever happens in 2 years, because we still got a whole lot. I mean, he has a whole lot of stuff to happen in between now and then. I'm absolutely sure. I'm sure that he'll be on the ballot because I think that's just the kind of guy he is. But I don't know where America will be in 2 years because, in 2 years, who knows, man? Gavin Newsom could get caught peeing on a little girl. Who knows, man? Who knows? He could R. Kelly himself. You know what I mean?
God damn.
I know. He could.
Or he could be sleeping with somebody's wife.
He could because he's so handsome.
Well, I mean, it's not like he's never done that before.
Yeah. So, all in, who knows where America will be? Who knows where the government will be? But I'm sure he'll be on the ballot. Peter, thank you again for joining. Juan, I hope you carry this energy on into the gauntlet because I can't wait to continue beating the pants off of you. It's beautiful. Beautiful. And Peter?
Yeah, fuck you.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Peter,
man.
have a good one, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Until next time.
Until next time with Piz and Jizz.
And that was Does Not Compute with Piz and Jizz. Thank you.
All right, now on, it's time for the gauntlet. Are you ready for the gauntlet? You still got energy for that?
I do, because I'm not losing that badly. In fact, I'm almost catching up to Jay, right?
Sure. Sure. On some other
what's
gauntlet.
the score? What's the fucking score, dude?
The fucking score between you and soccer is 9. You have 9 points, Juan. You have 9 points.
And Jay has 13. 13,
Jay
right?
has 13 points.
Fuck you.
And I have 23 points. As you reminded me, though, that was only 4 episodes in. We got a long way to go, man. We got a long way to go. But with that said, Juan, you ready to get started?
Sure.
Well, Juan, you have the least amount of points. So that means you get to go first. As I pull this up, prepare your ears. We have tracks 5 through 59. All right,
5.
You know what? I think we did 5 last episode, but
59 was already.
we'll find out. I'm pretty sure I marked them, but we'll find out right now. For how many seconds, Juan?
The middle one, 3.
3 seconds. Track number 5 for 3 seconds. Here we go.
Married with Children, motherfucker. Originally sang by Frank Sinatra.
Do you agree or disagree, Jay?
I agree.
I agree. Juan, the answer is go fuck yourself. But the answer is Married with Children. The answer is Married with Children. So that means now, Juan, you have 12 points. All right, Jay. Now you and Juan are 1 point apart. It's kind of scary. I don't like it. But which track would you like? You got 6 through 53. 59, sorry.
59.
But 59.
1 second.
For 1 second. Here it goes.
Come on, motherfucker.
I have no clue what that is. But
it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
We already did that one.
No,
we haven't.
You play it again?
Well, it's not yours, so only if Jay wants to hear it again. But if he's confident in his answer,
I'll play it again.
Okay.
Yeah, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I disagree.
Then what is it? If we disagree, what is it? I don't know what it could be, so I'm going to agree.
Third Rock from the Sun.
No way.
The answer is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's the answer.
That's because we had done this one already, huh?
No, we haven't.
No, we have not.
So you know that off the top of your... You guys fucking cheated, right?
No, that's as random as me knowing Blossom last week.
How did you know that, Jay? You guys fucking cheated.
I've watched It's Always Sunny.
Shut the fuck up. You cheated.
I didn't cheat.
Are you guys you done accusing of cheating, Juan?
Well, how many points do I have now?
That means that you have 18 whole points.
18.
Wait, he gets 5 points for that?
Yes.
I thought he got 4 points.
1 second, 5 points.
Then I get 4 points.
You get 3
Why?
points. Okay. You get 3 points. This is why are you trying to make up rules now, Juan? Why are you trying to make up rules? Well, Juan, in show tradition, it means it's my turn and you get to pick which number I do. You got 6 through 58.
56.
56. Oh, we used 56 already.
58.
We used 58.
36.
36. I'm going to go 1 second because I got to keep my lead here. 36 for 1 second. Oh my God. I'm going to need to listen to it again. I'm going to go 3 seconds on this one.
Oh my fucking God. Oh, come on.
I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure. But I'm going to go with the facts of life. But that doesn't sound correct. That does not sound correct.
I agree.
All right, here we go. Oh, thank God.
I would have gotten on 1 second.
What was that? You said you could have gotten on one.
Yeah.
I could know. If I would have played it again, I would.
Give me my pity, man. Give me my pity.
All right, Juan. So you still have the least amount of points, which means that you get another choice. So, what number would you like to do? Remember, it's only for 1 second.
37.
This guy. All right, 37 for 1 second. Here it is.
Oh, fuck you, the nanny.
If you say so. All right, is that your final answer, Jay? Do you agree or disagree?
Yes.
I agree.
Oh, I don't know enough, so I'll agree. But Juan, look at that. You got yourself 5 whole points.
Fuck you.
So the standings are right now, Juan, is that you have 17 points. You have 17 points. Jay, you have 18 points. And I have 26 points. I'm a little nervous. We still got 5 more episodes. And considering that I didn't know the other ones, like off from 1 second, I've never seen an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I wouldn't even have known at all. Juan, do you feel better about yourself now?
No, but I'm happy that I got it in 1 second, just like your mom.
That's what your wife said too.
Goddamn.
Oh God, Juan. So I'll take your silence as you're done. You're done now? Now are you done?
Yeah, I pulled up my script already. Go.
Okay. Well, Juan, I'm glad that you are done. Thank you guys for listening. Do you guys think that Kanye is going to run in 2024? Do you think that Donald Trump will run in 2024? Also, what did you do anything crazy on Black Friday? Because catfishing people on Black Friday seems like
I didn't kill nobody on Black Friday.
no, man. I neither did I. Neither did I. I don't know, man. Tell us. We want to know. Juan, do your thing.
Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Our handle is at INCYCSHOW. Email some of your suggestions or comments. Unless your name is fucking Joe, then fuck you. INCYCShow@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail at the link in the show notes or at or at www.anchor.fm/INCYCShow. I'm not going to read that, Sean. Good job. We have merch in partnership with lindamyra.com. So get your very own I'm Not Crying, You're Crying shirt. We still have one left. If that's not your jam, they have some really cool holiday spooky merchandise right now. Could crossover between Halloween and Christmas. So check it out. Just follow the link in our show notes. Jay, Sean, screw you.
Shout out to Joe for the compliment. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Seriously, thank you, Joe. I mean, me and Jay, we work very hard, and Juan, I mean, he works, I guess.
Not according to Joe.
Well, thank you for listening, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
You know, I just realized we say good night because we record at night. People listen to this at all hours of the day.
Fuck you, Joe.
Okay, well, goodbye, everyone.
Fuck you too, Dennis.